watch it, live it at Exhibition Park. Come on and live it at Exhibition Park. The real life fun of harness racing.
Here they come.
At Exhibition Park. Don't just watch it, live it at Exhibition Park. Come on and live it at Exhibition Park. The real life fun of harness racing.
Here they come.
At Exhibition Park.
Here they come. There, off Diamond Digger rushes forward. It grabs the top on the inside. Ragtime Skippers racing a third. Swinging around the turn on the outside, Diamond Digger with Ragtime Skipper on the inside. Chrissy's Pride is racing a third. There by the eighth pole. It's on up the backstretch, and Diamond Digger the leader by half a length on the outside. Ragtime Skipper second. Chrissy's Pride is third. Up on the outside, French Lynx drives on the fourth. Easy Glib has a fifth. That Bayside Ranger Calavita Billy, more Mac Doris, and the trailer off stride is Oil Sands. And they're by the opening quarter, 30 3/5 around the top turn. And the leader now, Diamond Digger. Ragtime Skipper off the rail to challenge from a second again. They swing on through the stretch, come driving onto the half, and it's Diamond Digger. Ragtime Skipper on the outside now takes the lead. Diamond Digger's racing a second. French Lynx outside hangs a third. Chrissy's Pride is fourth. Calavita Billy moving fifth with cover. Then it is Easy Glib. They were by the half, 101 and 2. Bayside Ranger, Mormac Doris, Oil Sands off stride again. Round the turn they go to the 5/8. Ragtime Skipper on the outside. French Lynx hangs tough second. Diamond Digger's now third. Calavita Billy tipping out three wide, racing on strong from fourth and going on. He gets to third. He goes on. Calavita Billy gets to a second now. They are by the three-quarters, and it is still Ragtime Skipper. 133 by the three-quarters. Ragtime Skipper, Calavita Billy, Diamond Digger, Chrissy's Pride. Top. Then upon the outside, Simon Midwatch racing on the second. Santa Monica has a third on the rail, swinging around the turn. Pacing on top of his Patty Prancer, and Santa Monica's off stride. Trailing horses get by okay. On up the backstretch, Patty Prancer up on the outside. Simon Midwatch now the leader. Simon Midwatch, Patty Prancer. Then Nightly Blue Girl has a third as they race on by the quarter pole, and Simon Midwatch pacing on top. Patty Prancer second, the quarter 30 and 1. Nightly Blue Girl racing a third. I'm 1-2. Sets fourth on the rail, and off the rail from third goes Nightly Blue Girl out to challenge. Moving behind her with cover. I'm 1-2. Electra Great is fifth on the rail. Lay swing off the top turn through the stretch onto the half. Simon Midwatch and Nightly Blue Girl are battling neck and neck. I'm 1-2 is on the outside now third. Patty Prancer is fourth. Seven of Hearts comes to fifth. But Electra Grad. Then North went back and far back after making another break. It was Santa Monica. The half was in 2 and 3, and around the turn they go. Racing now to the 5/8. The leader, Nightly Blue Girl now. Nightly Blue Girl up on the outside, challenging second. I'm 1-2, goes 4 and takes the lead. I'm 1-2 and Nightly Blue Girl. Seven of Hearts rushing on up to third. Simon Midwatch is fourth. Northwind Mac is strong fifth and going on, gets to fourth, and Seven of Hearts is now second. They were by the 3/4, 1:33 and 3, and I'm 1-2, leads by 2. Seven of Hearts racing a second. Northwind Mac up on the outside comes to a third. Nightly Blue Girl, Patty Prancer. Then Simon Midwatch and Electra Grade, and through the stretch they head for home. I'm 1-2. Seven of Hearts strong on the outside, coming on their neck and neck. I'm 1-2. Seven of Hearts. Seven of Hearts. Here they are at the line. Seven of Hearts. I'm 1-2. Northwind Mac and Nightly Blue Girl. The time for the mile, 2:05 and 1. At parading now, the winner of our second race, number 1, Seven of Hearts. Bay pacing call 3 by Nightly Blue Chip of Avant Josie. Owned by Ed Kane of St. John, trained by Paul Brown. Dougie Falcon's driving the colt, gets his fourth winning trip this season. Winning tonight, 2:05 and 1. Now the result of the second race now official. Seven of Hearts, your race winner. Santa Monica did not finish. Patty Prancer fifth. Electra Grad sixth. Nightly Blue Girl fourth. Simon Midwatch seventh. Northwind Mac third. I'm 1-2 was second. Race times, quarter 30 and a fifth. The half, 1:02 and 3. 3/4, 1:33 and 3. The time for the mile, 2:05 and 1. Your feature pays. Daily double 9-1. Paid $48.10. Exactive 1 and 8. Paid $11. And your triactive 187. Paid $22.50. All set for the third race. 9 starters approaching top of the stretch. J.B. Pendle, Ricky Armstrong. Power on Tom Mason. R.L. Cash, Steve Mahar, Fen Dillon, Don Bickford, Gideon LaBelle, Bob Stevenson, John Pfeiffer, Wayne Mahar, Verbatim, Gary Vincent, Major Strike, Mike Downey, Charvel and Joan Ross McDonald. Here they come. They're off an R.L. Cash to the top, but from the far outside, Major Strike grabs the top, and he's the leader. Major Strike and J.B. Pendle is now second. R.L. Cash racing third. John Pfeiffer outside racing on fourth. Charvel and Joan has fifth. Up the backstretch they go, racing now to the quarter. Major Strike's in top for 2, and J.B. Pendle is second. Then it's John Pfeiffer, and rushing up on the outside goes Power On. He gets to third. John Pfeiffer's now fourth. Gideon LaBelle on the outside now a fifth. R.L. Cash, Charvel and Joan, Verbatim, Fen Dillon, and they were by the quarter 31. Top turn. Major Strike shows the way, a length and a half. Then J.B. Pendle and Power On, their neck and neck. Power On is on the outside. They're by the 3/8. John Pfeiffer's fourth. Gideon LaBelle outside. He's fifth. Then it's R.L. Cash, Verbatim, Charvel and Joan, Fen Dillon trailing. coming to the half. Major Strike's on top. J.B. Pendle, his second power on, hanging third. John Pfeiffer, Gideon LaBelle. R.L. Cash verbatim. Charbonnet, Joan, and Ben Dillon. The half is in 2 and 2. Around the turn, they've raced now to the 5/8. Major Strike is the leader, a length and a quarter. J.B. Pendle, power on, hangs third. John Pfeiffer's fourth. Gideon LaBelle outside, he is fifth. Then it is verbatim, R.L. Cash, Ben Dillon, Charbonnet, Joan. To the 3/4, Major Strike is still the best. Leads a length by that marker. Major Strike in 1:32 and 4. 3/4 around the top turn. It is Major Strike. Major Strike, J.B. Pendle, a strong second out to challenge. John Pfeiffer comes up on the inside, moves to third. Heading home, Major Strike, J.B. Pendle. John Pfeiffer behind him, looks for room. Now it is J.B. Pendle, Major Strike. Here comes Gideon LaBelle at the line. J.B. Pendle, Gideon LaBelle, John Pfeiffer, and Major Strike fourth. The time for the mile, 2:05 and 3. And parading now the winner of our third race, number 1, J.B. Pendle. Black pacing, gelding 8 years. He's by Ira Lobel out of Pendle Witch. Owned by Morris Benson of Woodland, Maine. Trained and driven by Ricky Armstrong. That's win number 5 this year for J.B. Pendle tonight. 2:05 and 3. Now the result of the third race now, official J.B. Pendle, your race winner. And Power on 7th. R.L. Cash was 8th. Ben Dillon 9th. Gideon LaBelle 2nd. John Pfeiffer 3rd. Verbatim 5th. Major Strike 4th. Charbonnet Jones 6th. Race times quarter 31, the half 102 and 2. 3/4 1:34 and 2. And the time for the mile 2:05 and 3. And your feature pays. Your Quinella 1 and 5 paid 168.10. Triactive 156 paid 869. We're all set now for the fourth race. 8 starters approaching the top of the stretch. Nighttime special with Mike Downey. Hillview Naughty and Paul Banks. Brad Dillon with Don Bickford. Hope's First and Steve Mahar. Our Sammy Joe with Ron Robertson. Come On Sweet with Lauren Lawless. Ivor Winthrop with Tony Haig. Lloyd Down, Steve Mason. Here they come. They're off Hillview Naughty on the outside. Nighttime special on the inside. They're neck and neck racing into the turn. Lloyd Down moves up on the inside now, racing third. Brad Dillon has fourth. Ivor Winthrop is fifth on the outside. That's our Sammy Joe off stride. Back pacing though. And up on the outside going to the top, Hillview Naughty. Hillview Naughty to Lloyd Down racing second. Up strong on the outside, Ivor Winthrop goes to second now. Challenging for the top, and Lloyd Down is third. Brad Dillon's fourth. They are by the quarter. 32 and 3 out of the top turn, the leader, Hillview Naughty. Ivor Winthrop takes cover behind the leader, racing second. Lloyd Down is third, out and moving now. Brad Dillon is fourth. Come On Sweet comes up on the outside, racing on the fifth. As they swing on through the stretch and come driving to the half, then it is Hopes of First. Nighttime special after making a break. And trailing the field are Sammy Joe as they go by the half. They were by the half and 5 and 1, and into the turn they go over the second time. Hillview Naughty on the inside. Lloyd Down on the outside. Nighttime special off stride again. And by the 5/8 now, Hillview Naughty a half length. Lloyd Down on the outside, challenging a second, inching up. Then Ivor Winthrop racing a third. Brad Dillon's a fourth. Come On Sweet racing a fifth. Then Hopes of First are Sammy Joe. Nighttime special, Hillview Naughty is the leader by the 3/4. It's 1:37 at 1. Top turn, Hillview Naughty. Lloyd Down on the outside, hanging tough second. Ivor Winthrop racing a third. Brad Dillon's a strong fourth. Come On Sweet racing 3 wide fifth. Then our Sammy Joe hopes first. They swing for home. And it is Hillview Naughty on the outside, Lloyd down. They are neck and neck, Lloyd down on the outside. Hillview Naughty on the inside. Hillview Naughty neck and neck to the line. Tight, Hillview Naughty. Then Lloyd down. Then Iva Winthrop and Come On Sweet. The time for the mile, 2:09 and 3.
No, Tony, it's all right.
And parading now, winner of the fourth race, number 2, Hillview Naughty. Brown pacing filly 3 years, but Dallas Almahurst out of Naughty, on up at the Hillview stable of St. John, trained and driven by Paul Banks. The filly scores her first lifetime victory. Gets a maiden record, 2:09 and 3. Now the reset of the fourth race now official. Nighttime special, 8th. Hillview Naughty, your race winner. Brad Dillon, 5th. PJ's winner scratched. Hope's first was 7th. R. Sammy Joe, 6th. Come On Sweet was 4th. Iva Winthrop, 3rd. Lloyd down, 2nd. Race times quarter 32 and 3. Half 105 and 1. 3/4 137 and 1. And the mile 2:09 and 3. Quinella 2:09, paid 13.60. Triacta 2:98, 3:32.20. We're all set for the 5th. 9 starters approaching the top of the stretch. Queen Links with Ross McDonald. Count on Cincy, Charlie Price. Arbor Cooltown, Winston Campbell. Kawartha Quiver, Mike Downey. Dunmore Heather, Steve Mahar. Spoiled Sport, Tom Mason. Broadcaster Billy with Kim Cameron. Tarlad Inn with Steve Downey. Sharply Napoleon, Ron Robertson. Here they come. We're off and Kawartha Quiver grabs the top. Dunmore Heather on the outside, 2nd. In on the rail, Count on Cincy now 2nd. Dunmore Heather has 3rd. Queen Links is racing 4th. Broadcaster Billy is 5th in between horses. Outside of him, Tarlad Inn rushing on 3 wide, 6th. Then it's Arbor Cooltown, Spoiled Sport, and a Sharply Napoleon. Wake go to the quarter now and moving out with the lead. A length and a half, Kawartha Quiver. Count on Cincy is 2nd. Dunmore Heather has 3rd. Broadcaster Billy's racing a 4th. Queen Links has 5th. Quarter 31 and 2. On the outside, Tarlad Inn, then Arbor Cooltown, Spoiled Sport, and Sharply Napoleon as they come to the 3/8 pole. And the leader, Kawartha Quiver, by that marker. He's on top of length. Count on Cincy is racing 2nd. Dunmore Heather has 3rd. Broadcaster Billy parked at 4th and tipping out 3 wide now. Here comes Tarlad Inn. As they come to the half, it's Kawartha Quiver. Count on Cincy. Broadcaster Billy 3 wide. Tarlad Inn, he's 4th. The half was in 4 and 3. Then Dunmore Heather, Spoiled Sport, Queen Lake, Sharply Napoleon, Arbor Cooltown. Around the turn, they race to the 5/8 and the leader by that marker, Kawartha Quiver. Count on Cincy, up tight 2nd. Broadcaster Billy on the outside gets to 2nd. Count on Cincy's locked in 3rd. Tarlad Inn still 3 wide, racing 4th. Dunmore Heather is 5th, looking for room outside of her. Spoiled Sport, 4 wide. Sharply Napoleon rushing on. Then it is Spoiled Sport, Queen Lakes, and Arbor Cooltown. They're bunched as they swing to the 7/8. Kawartha Quiver, the leader. Count on Cincy, looking for racing room outside of her. Broadcaster Billy. Tarlad Inn way wide. Sharply Napoleon is strong. And Kawartha Quiver, though, moving out. Count on Cincy coming on. Kawartha Quiver, Count on Cincy up the line. Kawartha Quiver, Count on Cincy. Dunmore Heather and Tarlad Inn. The time for the mile, 2:08 at 1. Parading now, the winner of the 5th race, number 4, Kawartha Quiver. Rob Pacing gelding 8 years. He's by Southampton B. From Belle O'Mowet on to the EMS stable of Fredericton. Trained and driven by Mike Downey. Win number 5 this year for Kawartha Quiver. Tonight, 208 at 1. At the result of the fifth race, now official. Queen Lake sixth. Count on Cincy second. Arbor Cooltown seventh. Kawartha Quiver, your race winner. Dunmore Heather third. Spoiled a Sport eighth. Broadcaster Billy ninth. Turlad in fourth. Sharp Lee Napoleon fifth. Race times quarter 31 and 2/5. Half 104 and 3. 3/4 137 the time for the mile 2/8 and 1. Feature pays your exacta 4 and 2, $240. And the triacta 425 paid 201.30. Taking a break as horses warm up here, getting ready for race 6. To tell you about what's coming up, the Rothman Sire Stakes, eliminations for 3-year-old pacing fillies. We have 30 entered, and they are going for $1,200 a dash. It's not so much the money. They got to be first and second, and that'll get them into the big $28,000 final come Saturday, the 29th of August. Here are the starters by division. First division, we have Chrissy's Pride. You've seen her win here earlier tonight in 4 and 2. Esker Eve, you might remember her from winning the big stake race here as a 2-year-old, the Rothman's 2-year-old filly stake last year. Island Heather, Fairly Blue, there's Miss Tambo, Wiper Clean, Maritime Pipeline, and Miss Francine. 8 starters in that division. In the second division, there's Vanessa Fenway, Lotta Class, Glen Cove Alice, Misty Blue, Kathy's Dandy. Then it's I'm Winthrop and Titled Blaze. In the third division, Nemesis Fern, Solar Night, and Down. Ray's Countess, Oh Happy Night. She's our track record holder. Won here earlier in July in 202. There's PH Jet and then Hard Times. And the fourth division, Mitchell's Pride, Opinion Sandy, Pat Down, Donashton Almore, DJ's Amy, Easy Glib, Shalom XS, and Calic. 30 fillies. And the 4 divisions, first and second gets you into the final, and it goes for $28,000, a little bit more than that, come Saturday, August 29th. Let's go now with race number 6. We're all set now for race 6. 7 starters approaching top of the stretch. Presenter Can with Billy Watts. Pat Down, Steve Mason. Maypower, Ross McDonald. Miramichi, Leslie, Randy Phillips. Jersey Classic with Sam Hodgin. Blossom Blue and Charlie Ross. Hasty Pick with Ron Robertson. Here they come. There, off Miramichi, Leslie winging for the top, but on the inside. Pat Down holds it. Pat Down, the leader on the rail. Miramichi, Leslie challenging up on the outside, racing second, and Pat Down steps out. A length and a half the leader by the 8th. Miramichi, Leslie settles for cover behind the leader and is racing a second. Then Presenter Can has third. May Powers racing fourth. Blossom Blue, Jersey Classic. Hasty Pick is the trailer as they go to the quarter, and they are by that marker now with Pat Down, the leader, in 31. Top turn, it is Pat Down. Then the Miramichi, Leslie second. Presenter Can his third. May Powers fourth. Blossom Blue is fifth. Then it is Jersey Classic. Hasty Pick trails. They're by the 3/8 Poland, swinging through the stretch and onto the half. Pat Down on top. Miramichi, Leslie second. May Power rushing out now has third. Behind her with covers Blossom Blue. Then Presenter Can is on the rail. Jersey Classic's out and moving, and Hasty Pick trails as they go by the half. They were by the half in 104 and 3, and Tom into the lower turn. Racing now to the 5/8. Pat Down shows the way. Has the best of it a length. Miramichi, Leslie's back to second. May Power outside rushing out again. Third gets to second. Miramichi, Leslie's third. Blossom Blue is fourth. Jersey Classic up 3 wide, rushing on fourth. gets to second now as they go to the 3/4, and they're by it now and pat down the leader a length and a half. Jersey Classic wide, racing second, 3/4, 36 and 3. It is pat down. Then back to second, Miramichi Leslie, Jersey Classic, Blossom Blue on the outside, comes closing fast. Heading home, pat down, Miramichi Leslie, Blossom Blue on the outside, coming on to the top. It is Blossom Blue and Miramichi Leslie neck and neck. Miramichi Leslie, Blossom Blue to take the call for sure between May Power and Jersey Classic. The time for the mile, 2:07. And parading now, the winner of our 6th race, number 6, Miramichi Leslie. A bay pacing mare 5. She's by Addie Ozelmer from Miramichi Molly. All but Stephen Cooper of St. John, trained and driven by Randy Phillips. Win number 6 this year for Miramichi Leslie. Winning tonight, 2:07, and that's her season's best. And the result of the 6th race now, official surpriser scratched. Appreciate Can was 6th. Pat Down 5th. Miss Jilly Burns scratched. Maypower 3rd. Miramichi Leslie, your race winner. Jersey Classic 4th. Blossom Blue 2nd. Hasty Vic 7th. Race times 1/4 31, half and 4 and 3. 3/4 1:36 and 3 of the mile, 2:07. Feature pays, Exactor 6 and 8, paid 42.10. Triactor 685, paid 265.30. And we're all set now for the 7th race. 8 starters approaching the top of the stretch. We have Opulent Bev with Sam Hodgen. Quality Key with Elmore White. Lakeside Dusty, Ron Robertson. Tainted Tuna, Winston Campbell. The Trotter, Princetown Boy with Bob Stevenson. Gordon Down with Steve Mason, Reddy Royce, Ross McDonald. Kill Karen Eagle, Steve Mahar. Here they come. They're off. Quality Key, the leader, Tainted Tuna. Off on the outside, racing on, challenging for the top. And Reddy Royce outside, racing 3rd. Around the turn, Quality Key pacing on top. Tainted Tuna going forward on the outside, racing 2nd. Reddy Royce on the rail is 3rd. Then it's Opulent Bev racing 4th. They're battling for the top, Quality Key, and on the outside, Tainted Tuna. Reddy Royce is 3rd. Opulent Bev is 4th. Lakeside Dusty 5th. Kill Karen Eagle racing 6th. Then Princetown Boy. Gordon Down trails. They were by the opening quarter, 34 and 2 around the top turn. Pacing on top, Quality Key. Tainted Tuna racing 2nd. Reddy Royce is 3rd. Kill Karen Eagle strong on the outside. Comes up to 4th, and they swing through the stretch. Come racing to the half, Quality Key. Tainted Tuna racing 2nd. Makes a move from there. Then on the rail, Reddy Royce, Kill Karen Eagle outside now. 3rd, Reddy Royce 4th. Princetown Boy trots up to 5th. The half was in 4 and 2. They swing into the turn now and race on to the 5/8 and Quality Key. Pacing with the lead. On the outside, Tainted Tuna hangs 2nd. Reddy Royce is 3rd on the rail. Kill Karen Eagle outside 4th. Princetown Boy trotting 5th. Then it is Opulent Bev. They go to the 3/4 and they're battling for the top, and on the inside, Quality Key. Tainted Tuna on the outside. They're neck and neck, and Kill Karen Eagle joins the 2 leaders, racing 3rd, 3/4 35 and 4. Now Tainted Tuna comes to the top, pacing it on top. Quality Key is 2nd. Kill Karen Eagle is 3rd. They hit the head of the lane, and it is Tainted Tuna. Quality Key racing 2nd. Kill Karen Eagle has 3rd. Tainted Tuna coming to the top, and top now by 3. Tainted Tuna looks fresh to me. At the line, Tainted Tuna, Quality Key, Kill Karen Eagle, and Reddy Royce 4th. Time for the mile, 2:05 and 4. And parading now, the winner of the 7th race, it's number 4, Tainted Tuna. Brown pacing colt 2 years by Quality Blue Chip out of Battleground Bell. Over Mal McLaughlin of St. John, trained by Jody Hennessy. Winston Campbell gets driving tonight. The colt gets his second lifetime win. Steps to a new record, 2-5-4. Last half, 101-2. Last quarter, 30 seconds. Number 4, Tainted Tuna. Winston Campbell, 205-4. Now the result of the 7th race now official. Upland Bev 6th. Quality Key was 2nd. Lakeside Dusty 7th. Tainted Tuna. Your race winner, Princetown Boy, was 4th. Gordon Down 8th. Ready Royce 5th. Kilcairn Eagle 3rd. Race times quarter 31-2, the half 104-2. 3/4 135-4, the mile 205-4. Feature pays Exacta 4-2, paid $5.20. And the triactor combination, a 4-2-8, $12.80. All set for the 8th, field of 9, top of the stretch. Repeat power, Mike Doyle. Star director, Randy Phillips, Glenn Luster, Steve Mason. Marks Chip, Tom Mason. Easy Time Gal, Steve Mahar, Colin Sealster, Rod Robertson, Adios Tempo, Billy Watts, Nightly Glib, Bob Stevenson, Laser Scott, Winston Campbell. Here they come. Clear off Star director, grabs the top. Glenn Luster's outside, bracing 2nd. Repeat power has 3rd. Laser Scott moves 4th. Marks Chips racing 5th in the round the turn. Racing to the 8th pole. Star director. He's the leader on the inside with Glenn Luster. Up on the outside going forward, Glenn Luster grabs the top. Star director is racing 2nd. Repeat power his 3rd. Laser Scott is 4th. Marks Chip has 5th. Then it is Easy Time Miguel. Nightly Gleb as they go racing on by the quarter. Adios Tempo, Colin Sealster trails the field, and they were by the quarter. 30 seconds flying. Round the top turn, Glenn Luster, the leader, a length and a half. Star director racing a 2nd. Repeat power 3rd. Laser Scott is 4th. Then it is Marks Chip, and here comes Nightly Glib. Up strong on the outside. And then Adios Tempo. Easy Time Gal, Colin Sealster coming to the half. Glenn Luster by 2.5 and up on the outside. Laser Scott gets to 2nd now. Star director his 3rd. Nightly Glib's racing 4th. Repeat power 5th. The half 102-1. Then Marks Chip. Adios Tempo moving on the outside. Easy Time Gal. And the trailer is Colin Sealster. Up the backstretch, they go to the 3/4. It is Glenn Luster, Laser Scott racing 2nd. Nightly Glib on the outside, drives out 3rd, is going on. Nightly Glib is now 2nd, goes after the leader. The leader is Glenn Luster as they go by the 3/4. By that marker, 133-1, top turn. Glenn Luster, Nightly Glib, Laser Scott. Star director 4th, Adios Tempo, Repeat power, Marks Chip, Easy Time Gal. Heading home, Glenn Luster, Nightly Glib, and Laser Scott. Glenn Luster, Nightly Glib coming on. Glenn Luster, Nightly Glib, Laser Scott. Here they are at the line. Glenn Luster, Nightly Glib, Laser Scott. Star director gets 4th. The time for the mile, 2:03-1. Parading now, the winner of the 8th race, number 3, Glenn Luster. A brown-facing horse, 9 years by Alpid Trout from Glen Bell. Owned by Milton Downey of St. John, trained and driven by Steve Mason. It's win number 6 this year for Glenn Luster. It's his season's best. Tonight, 2-3-1. Now the result of the 8th race, now official. Repeat power 5th. Star director 4th. Glenn Luster, your race winner. Marks Chip was 7th. Easy Time Gal 8th. Colin Sealster 9th. Adios Tempo 6th. Nightly Glib was 2nd. Laser Scott 3rd. Times quarter 30 seconds. Half 102-1. 3/4 133-1. Mile 2-3-1. Exacted 3-8, 33-10. Triacted 3-8-9, 84-90. All set for the ninth race. 8 starters, top of the stretch. Charlotte's Tessie, Doug Falkins. Marcus Seelster, Bob Stevenson. S.F. Barron, Ron Robertson. Glengarry Drive, Ross McDonald. General Fast, Steve Mahar. Scotty's Reward, Sam Hodgin. A.C.'s Peter, Tom Mason. S.S. May West, Mike Downey. Here they come. Clear off Charlotte's Tessie, pacing out on top, and General Fast from the far outside. Wings for it. He gets to a second. S.F. Barron is third. A.C.'s Peter outside drives on the fourth. And Marcus Seelster has fifth. S.S. May West racing a sixth, and they're by the eighth fall. They go on up the backstretch. Racing to the quarter. General Fast takes the lead. Charlotte's Tessie is second. A.C.'s Peter driving up on the outside, going on from third. He gets to second. Charlotte's Tessie's a third. S.F. Barron is fourth. Marcus Seelster fifth. S.S. May West, Glengarry Drive, Scotty's Reward. They were by the opening quarter 30 at 4/5. Round the top turn, General Fast a length and a half. A.C.'s Peter hangs a second. He's parked. Charlotte's Tessie's on the rail. S.F. Barron is a third. Marcus Seelster fourth. S.S. May West, Glengarry Drive, and Scotty's Reward trailing as they come to the half. The leader, General Fast, well in hand. A.C.'s Peter Park. He's racing second. He's at the leader's wheel now. Charlotte's Tessie is third, and they were by the half in 102 and 1. Round the turn, they drive to the 5/8. General Fast a length and a half. Then A.C.'s Peter and Charlotte's Tessie. S.F. Barron, Marcus Seelster up moving fifth. S.S. May West, Glengarry Drive, and Scotty's Reward. The trailers, they go to the three-quarters, and General Fast still the leader. And under a tight rein, A.C.'s Peter outside parked. He's hanging second. Charlotte's Tessie coming on again on the inside. Marcus Seelster out racing a fourth. S.F. Barron is fifth. S.S. May West, Glengarry Drive. Scotty's Reward, three-quarters, 34. At the 7/8, General Fast all alone. Leads by 3.5. Hitting home, General Fast. On the outside, A.C.'s Peter still second. Marcus Seelster coming up on the outside. Charlotte's Tessie's on the inside. It is General Fast. Here they are. General Fast, Marcus Seelster, A.C.'s Peter, and Charlotte's Tessie. The time for the mile, 2:05 and 3. How do we parade now the winner of the ninth race, number 6, General Fast. Bay pacing horse, 8 years, by Fast Clip from Nova Lobel. Owned by Ron Petley of Hampton. Trained and driven by Steve Mahar. It's win number 10 this year for General Fast. He wins tonight, 2-5 and 3. Now the result of the ninth race now official. Charlotte's Tessie was 4th. Marcus Seelster 2nd. Columbia Luke scratched. S.F. Barron 5th. Glengarry Drive 7th. General Fast, your race winner. Scotty's Reward 8th. A.C.'s Peter 3rd. S.S. May West 6th. Race times quarter 30 and 4/5. The half 102 and 1. Three-quarters 134. The mile 2-5 and 3. Feature pays. Quinella 2-6 paid $24.60. Triacta 628 paid $57.20. All set for the 10th and final at 10:21. Field of 9, top of the stretch. Times 2 with Tom Mason. Port City Elmer, Steve Mahar. Hold the line, Ricky Armstrong. Brighton Toot, Ross McDonald. Lumber LaBelle, Charlie Frost. Trick Bag, Kim Cameron, Willoway Spats, Winston Campbell. Son of Dust, Doug Falkins. Gramps Champ, Ron Robertson. Here they come. Clear off Brighton Toot, takes him out of there. Lumber LaBelle working up on the outside, racing second in between horses. Trick Bag outside, 3 wide. Racing a third. And around the turn, Brighton Toot on top, like Trick Bag. Up on the outside, gets to second. Lumber LaBelle is in on the rail, racing a third. Times 2 has a 4th. Port City Elmer's racing 5th. Then it is Willoway Spats. Hold the line going up on the outside, Gramps Champ. as they race on to the quarter, and they're by that marker now, and Son of Dust is the trailer by the quarter in 31 seconds, top turn. The leader now is a Trick Bag, and up on the outside comes Times Two. Brighton Toot is third on the rail. Port City Elmer's outside fourth, has cover. Lumber LaBelle's now fifth. What Away Spats moving sixth. Through the stretch they come. They're racing to the half, and they're neck and neck for the top. On the inside, Trick Bag. On the outside, Times Two. Behind them, Port City Elmer. On the rail, Brighton Toot. Then What Away Spats and Lumber LaBelle hold the line. Gramps Champ, Son of Dust off stride. And they were by the half in 3 and 1. Round the turn, they go to the 5/8, neck and neck for the top. On the inside, Trick Bag. On the outside, Times Two. Brighton Toot is third. Port City Elmer outside still with cover. Now he tips out 3 wide. Racing fourth. What Away Spats is fifth. Lumber LaBelle hold the line. Gramps Champ front back. Son of Dust. They are neck and neck as they go racing by the 3/4 pole. By that marker in 36, and they're 3 wide, neck and neck. In the rail, Trick Bag. In between horses, Times Two outside Port City Elmer. Now gets a nose in front. He's 3 wide. Right behind him, What Away Spats is strong. Brighton Toot is on the rail. They come swinging home. Port City Elmer pacing on top. Up on the outside, Will Away Spats is coming on. Will Away Spats and Port City Elmer neck and neck, and at the line, Will Away Spats, Port City Elmer hold the line, and Times Two. Time for the mile, 2:09. Race out of the 10th race, now official. Times Two was fourth. Port City Elmer second. Hold the line third. Brighton Toot was eighth. Lumber LaBelle sixth. Trick Bag was fifth. What Away Spats, your race winner. Son of Dust was ninth, and Gramps Champ seventh. Race times quarter 31, half 103 and 1. 3/4 136 the mile, 2:09. Feature pays Exacta 7-2 paid $90.30. Triacta 723 paid $227.30. Okay, there's our card for this Wednesday night, and Soupy Campbell wrapping it up with a $17.50 win with What Away Spats and 209 that gives Soupy a driving triple. Our pair each will handle tonight $50,009. Once again, let me remind you, Saturday afternoon, the 3-year-old pacing fillies here for the Rothman Sire Stakes, 30 of them, and we split them up into 4 divisions, 2 with 8, 2 with 7, and the trick there is to finish first or second. If you do, why, you come back the following Saturday, the 29th of August, for the final, worth $28,000 plus. Should point out, too, that exhibition week sort of kicks off on the 29th. We'll go with a doubleheader that day. Racing in the afternoon, we'll have the Rothman's 3-year-old filly final in the afternoon. That nighttime, we'll have a $5,000 Provincial Cup trial, a new format for the trial this year. Provincial Cup trial for $5,000 on Saturday night, August 29th. Then the Atlantic National Exhibition starting Monday, August 31st. Another $5,000 trial. From the 2 trials, the top 4 finishers, that'll give us 8 starters for the $15,000 Provincial Cup, which will be raced on Saturday night. So I guess you can say we're copying Charlottetown. Well, there's nothing wrong with copying success. The Cup Trial 1 and Cup Trial 2 and the Gold Cup and Saucer over their tremendous, fantastic results this past year. That's the reason, I guess, why we've made the change here at APR. So the 29th of August, Cup Trial 1, 31st of August, Cup Trial 2, and Provincial Cup going Saturday, September the 5th for $15,000. Racing every night during the fair and twice on that final Saturday. Till the next time, then, from Exhibition Park, on behalf of our cameraman, Ken Gormley, our VC airman, Dwayne Weaver, Ingham Palmer, it's been a pleasure.